we have another Age of Mythology Retold casted game point of view to watch. And actually this time it's my point of view. Literally just played this game with the new Susanoo. So Susanoo's been buffed a little bit. So we're going to be getting into that one. I also tried out Soup's build. This commoner also got very confused with the gazelles. To be honest, my build in this game was a bit funky. I think I was meant to copy Soup's build order. I'm going to link that below because if you want to try out some Japanese build orders, those are definitely the way to go. And I think I must have just forgotten about it. So I end up moving my villagers around quite a lot. But the general idea of this build is you want to grab one Miko out straight away, super early. So there she is. She's the second Miko. And you want to find somewhere to whack down that shrine to start getting in that favor. Now, Mikos in general in this last patch have been buffed. So for anyone unaware, there was a patch. So it was yesterday, as of the time of recording this. It should be the same day that it's going up. So the Mikos gather slightly more favor at base. So this is 0.09. This would have been 0.08 before because it's just 0.04 just as a naked one, basically, with no food around, no gold around, whatever. So it's just a little buff there. Also, he's got some... Susanoo's had some other buffs. I think he gains favor quicker. Kusanagi has been slightly nerfed versus villagers, but in general, he should be getting a bit more of this Bushido in. So happy days. So this game... So I'm about just under 1600 rated at this point. And then this guy, Far Beyond Driven, was about 1620-ish before this game. So obviously quite a close game in terms of elo. He's also playing Zeus. This is the map Savannah. So normally quite a wide open map. To be honest, what I did think about is instead of getting this Miko out, even though you kind of commit to the Miko right at the start, whether you want to go for one town center or two, because if you're going for two TCs, you don't really need the extra favor. And I did debate going for this town center just because there is gold kind of close to it. There is some food here. You can also go for that Shrine of the Hunt god power, so you can even get some more hunt next to this settlement. Might have been nice to have over here, protect my gold mine a little bit. But decided to not go for that one. I feel like he's a bit more of a 2 TC god. Could be wrong in that respect. But the other thing which has been buffed quite a lot is archers. So could also go Minakata Tomi for those archers. He gets the cheaper archers, which can be very, very nice to kind of do some bits there. So it also means that hoplites have been nerfed a little bit. Basically, every infantry unit has had its pierce armor nerfed. So it's a general buff to all archers. I managed to sneak some goats here, which is very nice. Kind of lucky. The Kitsune just having a little look around. I'm not looking to see his base right here, right now, because I'm not going for any rush of any kind. I'm just kind of, I do want to put some pressure on with some Naginata riders, you know, some little raids, but nothing too crazy. I do see that there's a back hunt here. I assumed there would be because there was a back hunt for me. That's normally how these kind of maps spawn. If you get a back gold mine or a back hunt, then the other player probably does too. And we haven't really looked at the build because, I mean, I did end up moving villagers around everywhere, but we're going to end up getting a third Miko out just before we go up to the next stage, which means this Miko is going to come along and put a shrine somewhere else. So we're just going to keep pumping that favor, absolutely pumping it. Oh, I think that one of the other buffs for Susanoo is he gets favor right off the bat, even on Bushido tier 1. He just starts with an extra bit of favor, which is nice. So this Miko is going to come out, and I think I decided to move her down here. Yeah, that's where her arrow... Excuse me, just getting over a flu, so apologies for that. But this is where her arrows go. And just decided there's a bit of food, there's a bit of gold, a bit of wood. It's out of the way. Probably a good idea. I see that he goes for a really early uptime through for the Minotaurs through Athena. And I'm thinking, oh my god, am I getting rushed? I then see the Catascopus comes over to my shrine to attack my Miko. Obviously the Miko wins that fight every day of the week. But maybe I'm expecting, I don't know, Jason to come through. So I just try with my Kitsune just to have a look around. I'm also going through Inari Okami, so I didn't go for that Minakata Tomi. Went for the horses. And then I'm just having a look here, and I just want to see what he's actually up to. Looks like the Kitsune is getting hit a little bit, but I see there's not many on gold, there's not many on wood. I don't see any buildings of any kind. I literally see a temple. I think I go back here to see if there's anyone on this hunt also. Looks like the Kitsune is just being a bit annoying. While this is going on, I decide to drop a stable down. And why I say I mess up this build slightly is I think I need an extra villager on wood, because I should have enough to drop down a second stable. Maybe I didn't need this extra house. Maybe that was the mistake. But there should be enough to drop two buildings to kind of spam out. Again, if you want to see the build orders, check out Soup. He's much better at build orders than me. And the food finishes up, so we're going to be on that water mill, and then we're just going to be spamming out those stable units. Again, I was just a little bit late, so I'm just waiting for that, was it 100 of wood to get up another one, and because I'm so late on it, I decided to spam it up with quite a lot of villagers. Normally what I like to do when you're building units early on is the first building I put up with quite a few units, and then the second one can just have one, because that's like a supporting building almost. I'm also getting out another Kitsune. I think I cancelled that one, but maybe I'm having that one in my army, and then this one's about very low HP. But basically, I haven't seen what he's doing. I've had a look everywhere. So I go to check the town centers. I was like, well, this is a really early advance time, so surely he's on one of these town centers. And he isn't. And it's 6 minutes in. I've seen no units. He's not on either of these two town centers. It's not Megalopolis, so there's no middle town center. So I'm like, where the hell is he? So I'm just getting out a couple more Naginata riders, and I just want to start having a look around, basically. This is a good sized army to just start having a peruse around the map. Maybe he's on this back hunt here. Maybe he's pushed out here for whatever reason. But we need to go and kind of have a look. So that's what's happening. And to be honest, we're actually copying Soup completely, because I do end up going for what he suggests to do. The thing is, this is my second Susanoo game of this new patch. So I was like, I'm just going to kind of follow a guide almost. Almost like following a tutorial for for a game. We're going to see how this works. And again, we don't spot any buildings, we don't spot anything. It's getting a little bit strange. So I'm like, where else could he be? I think I end up checking this back side, and he's on the wood here. And then I find where he is in a couple of minutes. But here he is. So just going to check up here just to make sure that there's nothing really going on. My Miko from this shrine also got hit by that Catastropus. So a little cheeky wall there, and we still can't find him. But what we are going for anyway is these handful of units into a fast heroic. So that is kind of the plan that I'm going with in this one. And the reason is because there's a very strong unit that Susanoo gets in the heroic age, and there's also a big buff to Smiting Gust. So that is the Onis and Smiting Gust, and I feel like I used it pretty well within this game. So that is what we're going to be heading towards. But again, I still can't find him. It's 7 minutes 50. I've checked his whole base. There's no buildings at all. And then I see this elephant in the fog of war, and I'm like, there he is. So he went for a second TC, but kind of one that's completely out of the way. I use this Kusanagi. It has been nerfed versus villagers, but it still does the CC, which is what I needed it for. I didn't need the damage, I needed the CC. Maybe if I did it a little bit earlier, I could have got more units. I didn't realize the kind of delay on it. Haven't played much Susanoo, but after this game, or the couple of games that I played with him, I think he's going to be my new Japanese main. He is a lot of fun, and yeah, we are going to be going through Fujin. So basically just handful of units into a fast heroic. There are some hoplites here. My units do get a little bit caught out, and I just need to run away and not lose any of these boys. So he does have some units. He does have some buildings. I think they ended up being down here. Yeah, so he used them to defend his second TC. So I'm thinking, okay, so he's had that since the very start, basically. He did a very fast advance time, so he probably just walked straight over with his Jason. Maybe he got his Heracles out too, but then he got his TC. So I'm behind on villagers. Obviously, we're watching the replay, so we can see that we are behind on villagers by quite a lot. So we need to make something happen at some point, because this isn't a map you can get these kind of gold staves on very, very easily. There's kind of a lot of them. They're spread out everywhere. It's going to be very, very hard to do that. So that's why Fujin is definitely the choice, because I'll be able to get out those Onis. And the Onis work kind of similarly to the mountain giants or Njord, for your Odins and your Lokis. And I'm also just going to come in here. He hasn't really walled off very well, so I'm thinking maybe I can catch a couple of villagers off. He did pull the villagers off quite early because he saw them from my sentry tower, but I mean, they have to walk so far. So again, we get some nice little picks off. His army does come and see me, and as soon as I see that army, I'm getting out of there. Yeah, I was a bit confused about this because I definitely shift-clicked these guys away. I clicked there, and then I clicked over here, and I wanted to watch that from the replay. What happened? They died. Okay. Anyway, we're moving out on this forward gold mine because I have all the pressure. I'm 1 TC. I don't really care. I'm also trying to run these guys back and not lose them. Had the Miko here to heal everything up, so that's not a problem. But you see how much favor we actually have. So we got the extra favor from earlier. And then what I've got here, so I've got three Onis, and I'm getting this Ivory Netsuki upgrade, which actually makes these guys gather gold when they do damage. So even though I'm 1 TC, I kind of hit some sort of power spike here where I should be able to get a decent amount of gold. I also got the next upgrade, which is Crushing Waves, which is the Susanoo upgrade, which gives them a little bit of speed. I guess that doesn't really matter too much, and it's only 4 speed because the Kitsune's there. It was 3.9 just a second ago. But the divine damage is really what we're after, because the extra divine damage is just going to be nice. It's only 1, but it does something. So the temple, actually, it barely does anything per second. Maybe it's not even worth it. Whatever. We got the upgrade. The gold one is definitely worth it. And then we are also getting the upgrade here, Deadly Rage, which is 30% extra damage and less vulnerable to hack. So we've seen all those hoplites. So there's just a really nice upgrade. I'm also pre-queuing Oni's Mask to come through afterwards. I don't know why I'm doing it in this one. I could have just done it in the second temple that I built, but we need to hit the go button at some point. But I knew that his army was over here. So what I wanted to do is bait away the army with my fast units and then hit the go button, foot right down on that pedal with the Oni Warlords. He is Zeus, so he does get a bit of a bolt off on one of them. But the town center should be able to go down anyway. And I see these units, and I just absolutely yeet them away, which is the power of smiting Gust. Because these warlords, they need to get some damage done. So just push them away. And the beauty of this is that it only costs 75 favor to reuse now, rather than 150 like it was before. Also, I am starting to get those Yumi Horse Archers in because they are very strong units. It kind of, I think archers plus the Onis kind of make a lot of sense. I dropped an archery range and I was like, well, I don't know why I did that, because I should just be able to get those Yumi Horse Archers and be absolutely fine. I don't have ballistic, so not doing too well on that one. But my Oni Warlords are just going crazy. And I'm pretty sure this damage also counts. Which one is it? It doesn't show. I'm pretty sure I'm actually getting gold whenever they hit it. No. Doesn't work on buildings. Okay. But anyway, when they get in the fight, they'll be grabbing lots of gold. No worries where that's concerned. I'm also going to grab my horse upgrades. I could have got them earlier, but I haven't even needed to fight with them really yet. So that's Sashimono Bannerman, which is the extra HP for these guys, and then we get the extra movement speed, and they attack quicker, which is very nice for your horse archers, just getting more shots off quicker. I just left the warlords to their own devices and decided to run in with these Yumi horse archers. I don't know why I ran right next to the watchtower. It's pretty silly considering they got crenellations, which is counter to my whole army. So I did overstep a little bit, but I've got some serious damage done. But the issue is here, I didn't actually kill that many villagers. We've done a lot of damage. We've taken down the town center, multiple buildings, but villager numbers, he's still in the lead. So I need to figure out what I can really do with this. Looking back at it now, I don't know why I'm not on another gold mine. Maybe he's still got his home gold mine. I've still got my home gold mine, but that's because I moved out ages ago. I didn't. If I was just gathering from the one, I would still be there. I would have moved on, sorry. So I'm not really sure. I try and click up to see if he's hunting here, but he's done a good job of walling off. So obviously this guy is a big fan of the defensive kind of play. And now we see the majority of his army is all hoplites. So I go, oh, he's all hoplites. What's good against hoplites? I do end up getting one archer, which is a bit weird. But I'm pretty sure I drop a dojo. I drop a dojo at some point because dojo units, samurais, are obviously very good counters to those hoplites. Just sending in the Oni Warlords here just to take down the watchtowers, just so my horses can do a little bit of damage. Kind of moving around here, deciding when I want to fight. I have got some really good god powers to use here. I've got Kusanagi to use whenever I want. I haven't used my Swampland yet, and I have one more Yeet in the bank. And then these guys actually did get a good raid off. I kind of missed this one, but I think I got at least 3 villagers there. and the horse archers should be able to run away. This time the extra clicks do go in, so my boys are going to be able to run away. So that was a bit of a nice play. He's trying to put some buildings on to block it off, but the only warlords, they don't care about that. And now, looking back, I've got so many resources sat in the bank here. Maybe it would be worth kind of waiting before I do anything. I can't remember how ham I go, but I have a tendency to go a little bit early when there's no real need. I do have another Oni coming as well. Definitely need to wait for this bad boy, but we're just going to hit the go button anyway. I think I'm far ahead. I read the score. Sometimes the score is a little bit detrimental, but I do have 1,000 god powers to use, so I end up using Swampland. He goes off of the Swampland and then Restorations, so I just yeet him away again. The Smiting Gust is so strong. Especially against Restoration. Like, that's it. That is insane. It just negates it completely, whereas he wants to fight and I just say no. He also goes Heroic Age, which I feel is pretty greedy. He does have a bronze. Maybe the Yeet would have been nice for a bronze, but I do get the Kusanagi off. I believe that's divine damage. It does do divine damage, so it doesn't matter if you're bronzed or not. It's going to get that damage off no matter what. And you see my gold going absolutely crazy with my Oni warlords. There was 4 of them doing that insane damage, and the gold just goes up like absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, these guys just end up, they cost 300 food, so can't spend the gold there. But at least I can spend gold on all my other units, and I think my horses are a decent amount of gold. Yeah, they are 70 gold, so that's not too bad on that side. But I feel like we've just got all the pressure now, literally just from a combination of these god powers, which is something that Susanoo is the only one that can actually do that. So, I think people are sleeping on him, sleeping on this major god. This is only something that he can do. I mean, maybe the other gods can do it if they save up loads of favor, but it's so difficult as Tsukiyomi or Amaterasu to get favor, and Susanoo just gets it so easily. And now it's just Yumi Horse Archers are going to win these fights because they're pretty strong. He does have some Peltas. I do have to worry about those. But I see he does have some Hippaspis for some reason, even though I don't have many Samurais. But I just end up saying, I've got enough archers. Let's just get some Samurais out. I end up dropping a market and just going, yeah, let's just sell. Rather than, I know, I'm just so far ahead. Rather than transitioning my villages around, I just sell the resources to buy what I want. And just end up going for it. But these guys, I mean, look how strong they are. And then again, the Kusanagi on this small little group of Peltas, even though they counter my guys, it's just not enough. I do end up getting heavy at some point also. And that is when Far Beyond Driven kind of says that's enough. But these guys, they're a pretty strong timing attack kind of creature. And I'm going to be trying more of it. So yeah, if you haven't tried Susanoo, I think now's probably the perfect time.